No, I'm not charmed because I already know him. I don't know if you guys know this, but Annalise and I actually shared a few scenes together in SABC One's Montana. So, yeah, we go way back, him and I. But we are in our espresso kitchen this morning, and it's all about winter warmers. Now, winter would not be winter without a little bit of soup, because that makes it a little bit more bearable. And of course, our chef extraordinaire that's with us on a Monday morning to kick off our cooking is Chef Michael, and we're going to be talking about soup garnishes a little bit later. Chef Michael, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So good to have you on the show. My Monday can now officially begin.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Thank you.
So we're making a delicious pumpkin and tomato soup this morning, right?
Yes. And we're going to give it a little bit of a kick as well.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take some pumpkin. You can buy these in Pick and Pay ready, cut up into blocks. You want to try, you know what I do when I go into the store, is I look at the packets very carefully and I try and go for the ones that have got the most yellow pumpkin in them, because those are the ripest pumpkins.
Lovely.
And we're going to put some celery over. And these are really just sort of flavorants. And then some onions.
So nice. And you can leave everything whole,
You can leave it quite whole because we're going to zhuzh it up in the food processor later on.
Do you know, yesterday I was busy helping my mom with lunch, and I said, I used the word little bitty. I was like, oh, Mommy, do you know who says little bitty? Chef Michael does. So we had a little moment.
So here we have a little bitty garlic.
There we go.
And then here we have this is cinnamon and chili that we've bashed up in a pestle and mortar.
I love that.
So that's going to just spice it up nicely for us.
Okay. That looks absolutely lovely. I love those chili flakes, hey?
I'm
quite
good.
a fan of them. I have them on nearly everything.
They're good. They really do great stuff to a dish. Some salt.
There we go.
We can always recheck the seasoning later.
Yes.
And then some pepper. And then all we do now is we just drizzle it with some nice local South African olive oil, just a good drizzle. And then what we do is we pop a sheet of foil over the top.
Okay.
And we bake it in the oven. What happens then is the vegetables soften up nicely. But what we want to do is we want to get them sort of slightly charcoaly on the edge, just to add to the flavor. So you take the foil off the top. And then you just let it, you see it goes all those nice sort of caramelly bits.
And that, of course, just enhances the taste
Adds
so
the
much
flavor.
more. Lovely.
Yeah. So now we're going to pop it into the food processor.
Yeah. That looks so good.
The smells are just so delicious. And then I think we might just as well pop this little bit in as well.
Yeah, for good measure. We've got a lot of people to feed on the show.
Absolutely. All the crew are going to be so keen on our...
There we go.
There we go.
And
now all we do is we just pulse it up.
Yeah.
And then I've got some vegetable stock here.
Okay.
And we can just add it.
But you want to pulse it before you've added it,
You want
right?
it, yeah, and then this is now
Just a bit.
how we get it all mixed up nicely together.
Look at that. I love the color. It's so vibrant and just beautiful. While you're busy with that, Chef Michael, if you would like our recipe this morning for our pumpkin and tomato soup, all you have to do is SMS the word soup to 33728. We'll send you your Pick and Pay shopping list and the link to the recipe, and you could be making this delicious meat-free Monday soup.
Absolutely, yeah. So here we have our little final soup, and what we're going to do now when we come back is I'm going to show you a whole lot of different ways to garnish this.
I know, just to jazz it up, take it to another level.
Absolutely.
I love it. Well, if you'd like to see the different steps in making our tomato and pumpkin soup, well, here you go.
Grind together cinnamon and chili. Place pumpkin, tomatoes, onion, garlic and celery onto a tray, then sprinkle on cinnamon chili powder, salt and pepper. Drizzle with oil, then toss. Cover with foil and roast until soft. Blend until smooth while adding stock.
Well, that keyword once again is soup. SMS that to 33728 for your Pick and Pay shopping list and your link to the recipe. And if you're still looking for a gift for Dad this coming Father's Day, why not get him something that cooks 70% faster than any other cooking method? This morning we're giving away an AEG pressure cooker. All you have to do is SMS the word AEG to 33728 followed by your name and city, and you could be walking away with this between 8 and 8:30 this morning. Stay tuned to see if you are a winner. We are going to be garnishing this delicious soup right after the break.
Goodness can be found in encouraging greatness at the Junior Runners Academy in Soweto. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Espresso right here on SABC3. Now, before the break, we made a very delicious pumpkin and tomato soup, and now we're about to find out all the ways that we can actually garnish these soups, because we're tired of the boring, uninteresting soups. We want to take it up to another level and jazz it up a bit. And Chef Michael is here to show us exactly how we can do that. Chef Michael, I see you've prepared quite a few different garnishes here for us. What do we have?
Well, we've got some pumpkin seeds.
Oh, lovely.
Got some nice crispy onion bits.
Ooh, nice.
Some fried sage leaves.
Nice.
And these are little croutons. You can buy these at Pick n Pay. They're made from breadsticks.
Okay.
We've got some roasted nuts. And then we've got some infused olive oil. You can get basil.
Wow.
If you can get a chili infused olive oil, that's quite fun too.
Nice.
And then here's some reduced balsamic vinegar, some chili flakes, and then of course the fresh sage. Don't ever use sage fresh. Always cook it.
Okay, wonderful.
So what you can do is you can simply put a little bit of cream on the middle, and then you can then just garnish that with some
Wow, and
some
that's going to
crispy
give you
onion
some
rings.
crunch
Just give you a little
to
bit
it
of
as
crunch
well,
in there,
eh?
yeah.
Bits of,
and then maybe a little
flavours.
squeeze of balsamic over the top.
Can you do this with any soup, or does it have to be
Yeah.
specific flavors?
No, you can do
like-
different things with different soups. You know, you
Yeah.
can, if you've got a seafood soup, for argument's sake, you could put some cream on top and you put a couple of prawns on.
Wow.
The other thing that you can do is if you're peeling your prawns,
Yeah.
just roast off those shells in the oven.
Yeah.
And then put them into olive oil, and then that lovely redness comes out into the oil, and you've got a sort of seafood flavored oil.
So there we get some.
There we go. Another one, and here maybe put a couple of nuts on top,
Oh, lovely.
and then maybe a little bit of, this is the basil oil.
Okay.
Put a little drizzle of basil oil on top.
Wow.
You don't have to, of course, put cream on.
Yeah.
We've been using the nice creme fraiche. You can just put some nice deep fried sage leaves on,
That looks very pretty.
and
I
then
really
maybe
like
just a dash of chili, just the tiniest little dash of those
Wow.
chili flakes we were talking about. Then another nice thing to do is if you've got quite a few people to dinner, and you're not quite sure whether people are going to meet and chat and how you're going to do it. So it's quite fun to serve soup like in a little sort of shot glass.
Yes.
And then you serve that on a tray before dinner while people
Lovely.
are still talking and still chatting and getting
Wow.
together.
Or even as a really great kind of icebreaker, like build your own soups. You
Absolutely.
Know, so you can actually have
could take
a
the
whole lot of
different garnishes for sure.
Wow, that looks
So there are just some
incredible.
ideas, and of course there are many others that you can use bacon bits. Another thing that I quite like doing is taking a very thin slice of smoked beef or prosciutto, and then just scrunching it up, baking it in the oven, and goes nice and crispy, and you can just pop that on top. You can take some Parmesan cheese, grate it onto a baking tray, and then just flatten it and sort of make a little circle, bake that off in the oven, and you get a nice little crispy Parmesan thing which you can stand up.
It
on the-
all
yeah.
sounds so fantastic. I
So
love
there's
that.
some
Thank
nice
you.
ideas. And of course, nothing like some nice fresh green parsley or coriander on a curry soup as well.
Thank you so much for helping us build all of these delicious
Pleasure.
flavors. It looks so good. Well, there you go. This is your way of jazzing up your soup, adding a few garnishes to make it, you know, a little better, to give it a different taste, and of course, just to make it look more fun. Chef Michael, thank you so much.
Such a pleasure.
Well, I know which one I'm going to choose. Kat, which one would you take?
We found goodness in Goed Gedacht olive oil and all the good they do for the community. Pick n Pay, always there for you.